Hi everybody, I just wanted to do a quick video on coconut oil because in the last couple of weeks I've had a lot of questions from clients and including my husband with if you haven't heard all the negative stuff that's come out on coconut oil lately. He was reading off a headline from a news feed that goes into his phone, and it was, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something about this stuff is this stuff is evil and it should be taken off the market. Nobody should take this stuff. It was basically like that bad. So, and of course, he's asking me this in an accusatory fashion because I've been saying that we should eat more of it. I've been incorporating more of it into our diet in the last few years. We use a lot of it. So, what the heck, right? And so, I did look into it before I did this just to make sure, but I kind of rolled my eyes because, and basically, if you want to tune out at this precise moment, am I going to continue to use it and recommend it to my clients? Absolutely. Okay, so first of all, the original article that all of these statements and the media coverage and everything came from was actually from a doctor who suggested that we should be conservative and more study information was needed. That seems reasonable to me. Typical media fashion, they took something that nobody knows anything about because it's going against what everybody's been saying lately and threw it out there in this typical Hollywood fashion and dramatized it and to scare everybody, right? Happens all the time, and I'm just like, bleh, I usually ignore it. But it's happening often enough that I thought I better actually say something about it. So basically, the argument is that coconut oil is a saturated fat, and saturated fats can raise cholesterol, so that we should avoid it, right? For that reason. So as usual, the human body is, it's never really that simple. The answer isn't that simple. And few things about saturated fat, cholesterol. First of all, does coconut oil raise cholesterol? Some studies say yes, some studies say no. The cholesterol that they're talking about with the saturated fat is the LDL cholesterol. That's what everybody refers to as the bad cholesterol. So like I said, some studies do show a slight elevation, some don't at all. A few studies showing a raise in the HDL cholesterol, which is the good cholesterol that comes around and cleans out your arteries. So what is it? Basically, we don't really know. Everything's kind of conflicting, right? So obviously we need to find that out. But really, here's my thing why it doesn't really concern me. As far as cholesterol goes, here's the thing. It's not the demon that everybody's made it out to be. Okay? And I'll do another video about this because I want to keep this fairly short. Okay, it's not actually a very good predictor of heart disease. If it were, more than 50% of the people that have heart attacks wouldn't have totally normal cholesterol, right? It is one risk factor in many that need to be addressed if heart disease is a concern for you. And that's that's that. Also, what you eat doesn't actually tend to affect your cholesterol level that much. A little bit for sure. There are other things that change it so much more. Like I said, some of the studies did show a slight elevation, but it was so small that for it to be therapeutically significant, I don't think so. Again, my opinion, and I will totally change it if science shows that proves me wrong. I'm all for that. I'm very open-minded that way. So tons of things that would change it a lot more, though, than what you're eating. Biggest thing would be inflammation, and I'll talk about that again in another video as well. So really, as far as coconut oil, here's the thing. Most people need to eat more fat. I know that sounds crazy in our society. If people come to me and they're eating the healthy diet, and it's usually a very low fat thing. Fat is a really important nutrient for lots of things. Obviously, for your cells to function, especially your brain. Your brain is mostly fat, so we need fat, but we need the good fat, right? The fat of our Western society is generally trans fat, which is evil, or the saturated fat. Most saturated fat comes from animal products, and I'll probably do another video on that too because this is getting too long. the animal fat that we're eating, that's mostly the saturated fat. It's the animals are raised in an inflammatory environment. They're fed the wrong type of foods that inflame them. They're injected with hormones and antibiotics and all the other stuff and all the toxins. So it's really, they're inflamed anyways. They're kind of toxic already. All toxins in all animals, including us, tend to be stored in fat. So when we're eating that fat, we're kind of eating all the toxins of the other animals as well. If you have like grass-fed, um, free-range meat or animals or whatever, the fat from them is actually quite good, and it actually helps your cholesterol and helps fight heart disease. So that's why I don't really get too excited about saturated fat. And really, fat has been demonized for so long. People are avoiding it for the sake of health and weight loss. And here's something most people don't know: you need to eat fat to lose fat. And I have tons of clients that have been doing that and are shocked and amazed, and it is what it is, right? So you need more fat, and there's only a few really healthy fats out there, like I said, because most of our source of fat is the trans fat and the saturated fats. So so until the science shows me otherwise, I am going to continue to recommend the coconut oil to my clients and use it myself. And I will use it as part of the whole body program that has proven really effective for me and my clients. So my verdict is coconut until I hear otherwise, and like I said, I'll be the first one to change my mind when the science shows me that it's an issue. But so far, the benefits of coconut oil seem far greater. The risks from a therapeutic, from a clinical perspective, I don't think are there at all. So so that's that. And yeah, now now I've just promised a whole bunch of other videos, so I will have to do that. If there's any questions, oh, there's only a few people here. So yeah, put your questions in the comments. Come to my page, ChristyRussHealthCoaching.com, to find out more about why I care about this stuff. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.